So Madam Shooter has finally been revealed. And oh my god, are you guys gagging? Let's get right into it. It's your boy Jamar back with another video. Back with another banger. Today I'm reviewing All the Queen's Men Season 5 Episode 8 entitled Certified Boogeyman, which is also the mid-season finale. And let me just say this right now. This was a pretty decent episode. It was good, and I don't know when the show will be back, but child, and on some cliffhangers, and I cannot wait for the show to come back. And I'm kind of sad because when it comes back, it will be the end because this is the final season. So let's just get right into it. So the episode starts off, we're ended last week with Tommy and Blue bailing out Carla, and basically Carla's refusing to go with them, acting suspicious, saying she wants to go back to jail. Everyone's like, well, why you want to go back to jail, Carla? Like, you acting mad suspicious. So then, boom, she tries to run away from them, but then Tommy ends up catching Carla and taking her away. So then Smoke is, antagonizing Tandy, basically, sending threats to her. But meanwhile, Madam's lawyer comes over and tells him that, Madam, that basically it wasn't Tandy's gun, so basically confirming Tandy wasn't the shooter. So then, Smoke ends up letting Tandy go, and she's, like, relieved and this and that and third. So then Quincy ends up coming over, and basically she celebrates with Quincy, but then Quincy's like, oh yeah, I knew you shot that gun at the wall that night. She's like, so you knew the whole time I didn't shoot Madam? He was like, well, listen, I didn't know what you did after, but yeah, I knew about you shooting the gun at the wall. So then she just goes away and like pissed off, and then he ends up sneaking her girl into the house, which is crazy. So then Tommy and Blue end up antagonizing Carla, and basically she's like, Carla's denying it. She's getting beat up and everything. And then, they just keep terrorizing her. And then she just finally admits that she shot Madam. So then, boom. So then Amp is talking to his mom. He's talking to Tony or whatever. And he's basically telling Tony that he's planning on proposing to Diamond. He shows her the ring and everything. She's happy about it and this and that and the third. So then, basically, Tony comes over and basically tries to be nice to Dime. Dime's basically like, listen, I'm not messing with you like that. She was like, well, I don't like you like that anyway. They get into it and, whatever. So then Doc and Detective Davis end up having a date. It goes well. They end up having a good old time. So then Madam finds out about El Fuego and Midnight's, little side hustle, and she's mad because she didn't get a cut out of it. But then El Fuego's confused because he didn't think that the app was gonna launch that quickly. So when he tries to call the lady that he did the business with, her, she disconnected her number. So then Midnight's like, so are we gonna get paid? And then El Fuego's like, well, I don't know. So basically the lady scammed El Fuego. That's why y'all need to sign look at your contracts before y'all sign them. No shade. So then Big D ends up coming, trying to be nice to Dime or whatever. And, they end up agreeing to be friends or whatever. So then Babyface ends up coming in, asking Madam to see the footage of, who slashed his tires. In the middle of that, Blue comes in, basically telling Madam that she needs to talk, so they step out the room. Blue ends up telling Madam that she knows who her killer is, and they have them in the basement, and she ends up taking Madam to the basement. So then an amateur ends up pranking what's her face? Ends up pranking Trouble because Trouble has them, doing her chores and everything. So he was like, listen, I wanted to watch your clothes since you want to be funny. So then boom, 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 boom. The older lady that's been, messing around with Babyface ends up calling Big D into the room, and, she ends up seducing him, and make him get money from her or whatever. And he wasn't messing with it at first, but, he just couldn't resist himself. So while Babyface is looking at the footage, she finds out that Quincy was the one who slashed his tires. Meanwhile, he ends up switching over to the other footage and sees in the VIP room that, that Big D's with his tipper. So then Trouble confronts the amateur, and she ends up knocking him out or whatever, because he started getting bold with her. And then Babyface ends up confronting, Big D about, about him being with the tipper. And Amp breaks up saying they had to get on stage because it's an important night. But let me rewind a little bit because I forgot to mention this too. When Doc and Detective Davis was on their date, that girl who was accusing of Doc of, sexually assaulting her, she ended up peeping through the corner and seeing. So I forgot to mention that too. So then some dude that Tony owed money to came to collect his money, but she said she didn't have the full amount. She had half of it. He got mad, started attacking her, and started beating her badly. So then Dime gets on stage, and she introduces the boys. They do their little dance, and then that's when Am gets on stage and proposes to Dime, but she doesn't say yes or no yet. It's a mystery whether she says yes or no. So then we go to the end. Madam goes to the basement and sees that it's Carla is the one that shot her, and she's pissed off because at first she doesn't believe it, but then she ends up having a flashback and realizing it was Carla. So then she ends up cutting Carla's hands off, and basically is about to like kill Carla. She's like, "You have any final words for me?" And then like Carla looks at her, and then the episode cuts off. So that was the end of this episode. I don't know when we'll be back because that was the mid-season finale. Like I said, it was good. Do y'all think Carla actually did shoot her, or you think it's gonna be a twist? And when it comes back, how do y'all think that All the Queen's Men will end? And when it does come back, of course, I'll be here to review it. So that's my review for this week's episode, and I'll see you guys whenever All the Queen's Men returns.